Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Sherry and today I've got a super simple recipe for you. We're going to be making some Pico De Gallo. It is easy peasy lemon squeezy, or lime squeezy as I should say today. But before I get started, if this is your first time here, you love food, you love fun, you love easy recipes, go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss anything new. So tonight I'm making a roast chicken for dinner, and I know I'm going to have some leftovers. So either tomorrow or maybe even the following day, I'm going to make some chipotle chicken taquitos. And one of the things that I think goes really well with it is the Pico De Gallo. So since today I'm prepping, doing all the work with the chicken, I thought I'm going to go ahead and make the Pico De Gallo because it's one of the things that you can make up a couple days in advance and let it sit in the fridge. So the night that I actually have to make the taquitos, it's just going to be like most of the work's all going to be done. So, and I'm going to do a video on the taquitos as well. So I'm going to try to post these videos back to back on the same day. So all you need is 1.5 cups of chopped tomatoes. So I like to use the cherry tomatoes or the plum tomatoes. I feel like they're like a little bit meatier. Not that there's meat in tomatoes, but anyway, 1.5 cups of chopped tomatoes. And then I've also got 1/2 cup of a red onion. And I like to use the red onion because I think it just adds a little bit more color. Actually, let's put this in our big bowl here, all of this. So this is just a super simple recipe because all you do is chop the vegetables and squeeze the lime juice in it, and that is just about it. And I already went ahead and did most of the chopping because I, like I said, used like the cherry tomatoes, and it takes quite a bit of time, so I didn't want to bore y'all with that. All right, so usually you put about 1/2 cup of chopped cilantro in here, and I am not a big cilantro fan, so I'm going to put like this much cilantro in here. And in place of that, I've got a little bit over 1/4 cup of parsley that I'm going to add instead. So I've never cared for cilantro, and you know, people either love it or they hate it, and I didn't know for a long time. You know, people that I knew that hated it said it tastes like soap, and I don't know that I necessarily think it tastes like soap. I just know I never really cared for it. But I was watching Oprah one day, and apparently it's a genetic thing that either you have a gene or you don't that makes it taste that way. A couple years ago, though, I was in Vegas, and I kept ordering this salad. I was doing low carb at the time, and they kept putting the cilantro in it, and I kept forgetting to tell them to leave it out. Well, this salad cost me like, I don't know, $12 or $15, and you really can't, as you can tell, you really can't pick out cilantro. So I made myself eat it, you know, and because of that, now I can take it in small doses, so that's why there's a little bit of that in there. All right, so I actually put a little bit of pressed garlic in here. So I'm going to add just maybe a clove or two, and these are really little, so let's do one big one. There, that's probably good. And then usually I do a couple of jalapenos. I've got an extra large one here, so I'm just going to do 1 jalapeno. And I think a lot of people are under the impression that jalapenos are super hot, you know, and they can be. But usually where the heat comes from is the veins and the seeds. So depending on how hot you want your Pico De Gallo, you can either leave the seeds in or take them out. So I'm just going to go ahead and take those out because I won't be the only one eating this. If I was the only one eating this, then I would just leave these in. So we're just going to chop up our jalapeno. I'm going to chop this up pretty fine. If you ever wonder what is the difference between, you know, when you look at Pico De Gallo, it just really looks like, am I saying that right? I think I feel like I'm saying De Gallo. It's De Gallo. Anyway, what is the difference between this and salsa? And I'm no expert or anything, but in my opinion, or from what I've read and experienced, I think that, you know, a regular salsa is something that you've cooked, and it usually comes in a can or a jar. You know, you cook it and you jar it. And a Pico De Gallo is really like a fresh salsa, I would say. All right, I think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and add my jalapeno to the mix. And then, oh, I need my citrus press, which I love because this gets so much juice out. I love my garlic press too. Oh, we need a little bit of salt before I forget. A little bit of salt in there. I'm using kosher salt today. And the juice of 1 lime. And you may have heard me say this before, but the trick to getting a lot of juice out of your lime is I microwave it for about 20-30 seconds, and it makes it so much easier. You can also roll it around on the counter a bit, but get a little bit of lime chunk in there. I love pulp. My husband hates it. I feel like if I get pulp in my orange juice, it's like I've got the real thing, right? All right, that's it. So we're just gonna give this a stir. I was gonna say it smells so good, but I can smell that little bit of cilantro in here. The lime smells so good is what smells good to me. But if you're a fan of cilantro, by all means, add more if you want. You know, and that goes with any recipe or anything you're putting in here. If you like more tomatoes or more onions, by all means. All right, so let's just give this a taste. And really, I'm just giving it a taste to see if it has enough salt, because really what needs to happen is this needs to sit in the fridge for about an hour. But I think overall, it's pretty good. So there you have it. So definitely be on the lookout for those taquitos, because I'll be posting a video for those shortly. So I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.